Hello everybody, welcome to the show. So the Jewish people are leaving United States for Germany, the same Germany where they faced persecution and a Holocaust. The reason being that there is too much anti-Semitism in the United States. And this is being reported by none other than German media. So we are going to watch it together. Before we get started, I have a small request to make. Please like this video and subscribe to this channel. It would be a really big help. Thank you very much. Now let's watch it together.
These people are doing what was once unthinkable. They're Jewish American families with Holocaust history and they're reclaiming German citizenship. They want the option of returning to the country which murdered 6 million of their kind.
Well, it has a lot to do with the Trump administration. My father already had to flee one country. I mean, he's no longer alive, but given that family history, I feel compelled to have a plan B.
For many years, I thought that what happened in Germany could only have happened in Germany. I now realize that was wrong. It could happen here. It may happen here.
So I think it's a terrible political environment here. We're deeply concerned about the sort of erosion of our democratic norms.
Those at the German consulate getting their passports are not the only ones. Ruth Greenthal is 103 years old and one
Their arguments are so bullshit because Trump is literally a slave of Netanyahu.
of the oldest Holocaust survivors who just got her German passport back. The Nazi regime took away her German citizenship because she's Jewish. She started the process when it looked like Trump was likely to win a second time.
And really evoked feelings that I thought I would never, in my lifetime, I would not have to deal with this again.
Do you think Donald Trump is anti-Semitic?
Basically, yes. I mean, it's hard to know he's anti-whatever is not good for him. I mean, he will use anti-Semitism. I mean, he has his family has a long history of housing discrimination against anyone of color. And Jews as well, I'm sure. I think he thinks the Jews are black.
Recent events have undermined her feeling of belonging in the US, where she's lived for most of her life.
I would certainly introduce myself as foreign-born, but American. And now I would put a question mark.
She was born in 1922 in Hamburg, one of two daughters of the successful publisher Kurt Enoch. Their mother died of tuberculosis in 1934.
Which role did it play when you grew up?
Okay, I don't understand what world these people live in because the Trump administration is literally dominated by Jewish donor and there is a lot of Jews in his cabinet as well, Steve Miller being one of them. So I don't know what world these people live in. They are talking such nonsense.
That you were Jewish, did you?
Very little. We were barely cultural Jews. The Jewish community in Hamburg was particularly assimilated. I mean, my father was an officer in World War I. The family got permission to live where Jews were usually not allowed to live and to do work that Jews were usually not allowed to do because of bravery in the war.
Your father being an officer in the First World War, how did he kind of approach the fact when Hitler came to power? How did he deal with that? Did he understand from the beginning on?
What was shocking to him was that people he considered his friends turned out to be Nazis. In Hamburg in particular, the Jewish community almost was on an equal footing. I mean, they were in government positions and so on and so forth, So whatever anti-Semitism there was very, was very sort of indirect.
In 1935, the Nazi regime enacted the Nuremberg Laws, stripping German Jews of many rights and their citizenship. It was clear then, if it hadn't been before, that Jews had no place in the Third Reich. In 1939, Ruth's father sent her and her sister Miriam to boarding school in France. The following year,
There is a narrative going on the internet in the Western right wing that Hitler actually was a good person and all the atrocities that he has committed in the past are actually a false allegation. Do you believe them? Hitler was a good person and he is being falsely vilified? Let me know in this comment section.
The Nazis invaded France and Ruth was arrested.
The collecting point for being shipped to these internment camps was the Velodrome d'Hiver, the famous Veldiv, which of course doesn't exist anymore, which was this bicycle racing stadium, and we were housed in the stalls. And I remember making this kind of little place where I put my towel and so forth, so tried to make myself a little home wherever I was.
After that, they were sent to the French internment camp Gurs, around 80 kilometers from the border with Spain. Ruth built a career as a psychotherapist in the United States and a family. She has 2 children, 4 grandchildren, and 3 great-grandchildren. All 3 are also now German citizens. The idea of having a different option is obviously becoming appealing to many. American applications for restoration of German citizenship removed by Nazis have more than doubled in the last 4 years in New York alone. Because the Nazi regime stripped German Jews of their citizenship and deliberately made them stateless, Germany allows victims of that persecution and their descendants up to the great-grandchildren to reclaim German citizenship.
What is threatening for you with Donald Trump?
Well, he blames the Jews or Zionism on a lot of things. We were just talking about the shooting in Minneapolis, and apparently
Where? When Donald Trump blamed Jews for anything?
now there's some sort of loose connection to George Soros, any number of things. But I also just think the whole MAGA movement, we have, I think 70% of all hate crimes in the US now are against Jews. So it's not a good...
MAGA movement, lick your feet. They are not anti-Semitic. Far right is anti-Semitic.
It's not a comfortable feeling.
I live in Washington, D.C. I get to see it a lot up close. And we'll talk to our grandmother on the phone and she'd say, this is not good, this is not good.
It may happen here. So it wasn't the Germans. It was just people. It wasn't just in the German character. Because the American character that I thought could never do anything like that is doing something like this.
Do you think there's a red line for you when the moment would be there to leave the country,
Oh, yes. There is. When they start coming for the Jews here, that'll be it. They're coming for brown people, black people, but they will come for the Jews. I'm convinced of that. They always do. And when that happens, Germany might be a way out.
For some, the decision to become German is not politically motivated.
I think the main reason is just to really reconnect with who we are and to expand our possibilities with Europe.
I've been wanting to pursue this for many, many years, and it took a long time to get the paperwork together, and my brother and I worked together to do it, and the political environment, well charged, is absent of my decision to pursue German citizenship.
And others are just hesitant to share their reasoning.
But we'd rather not get into that because I think right now he's paying more and more attention to what people say about him. And he seems to be a very angry person, and it's hard to predict what angry people do when they feel slighted.
Guys, I don't believe a lot of what these people are saying because what they are saying does not match the ground reality. Trump is not an anti-Semite. He literally works for Israel. Trump literally went for war with Iran for Israel. What is your thoughts on this? Let me know in this comment section. Thank you very much.